Welcome to episode 2 of my ComfyUI series. Last episode, we covered the install, and in this episode, we're going over the tools and the layout of the ComfyUI user interface. Important folder locations, what nodes are and their attributes, how to create and download workflows and custom nodes, and how to generate your first image with ComfyUI. First, we're going to go over some terminology. This is the ComfyUI interface, and this black space is commonly referred to as the canvas. It's a space where nodes are placed and connected. Nodes are boxes that hold different processes and data. For example, a node can load a model, take inputs as attributes, or function as a dedicated process that doesn't change. These nodes are connected by what is referred to as routes, links, or wires. They are color-coded and only match light colors. The sockets or ports on the left side are the inputs, and the ports on the right side are the outputs. They don't always need a connection, but for the majority of workflows, they will have connections. For example, ports can have two outputs from one input. Take the clip output port in load checkpoint. It goes to the clip text encode node twice, one for the positive prompt and one for the negative prompt. At the top, you have the tabs, which is where different workflows can be worked on at the same time or more. You also have the menu button, represented as a ComfyUI logo. When you click it, you have a lot of options where you can open, save, or export workflows. Workflows will be in the format .json. Most of these are standard functions you would see in Word, Excel, or any other program, like redo, undo, copy, paste, and so on. In the view panel, the main selections are the bottom panel, which shows logs. It's good for tracking downloads, progress, and restarts. When you are working with giant workflows or you're zoomed in, activating the minimap makes navigation easy by remaining zoomed in while navigating from the minimap in the corner. The nodes links option will hide the wires, but they are still connected. This cleans up the appearance so you don't have links all over the place like a bird's nest. You can also change the theme to a standard selection. I'll briefly show you some small customization later in the settings. There's an option to enable Nodes 2.0, and while it is promising, the version is still in beta, so I would not recommend enabling it unless you want to test it out and contribute to the community, because it does have a tendency to break, freeze, and cause a lot of problems right now in beta. Browse templates is where they host their workflows, but they are often stable versions, so they aren't as new or customized by community members, but they are a good starting point if you want to get your hands dirty and try stuff out yourself. A couple of quick customization tips. When you open the settings menus, there are a ton of options, but because you can go through all of them yourself, we will only focus on a few main items. One is that in appearance. You can change a canvas background image through an image URL or by a local file on your computer. And inside Light Graph, if you scroll down to Graph Link Render Mode, you can change the shape pathway of the links. Personally, I like to keep them as straight or hidden depending on if I'm building a workflow or if I'm just running it. You also have access to the key bindings menu here for reference to look at later. On the bottom right, you have the option to enable the selection tool or the hand tool. One enables you to move the entire page without messing up the nodes, while the selection pointer lets you move around and edit the workflow. Personally, I use the selection cursor and the minimap, so I rarely use the hand cursor. Now, let's jump into the workflow node by node, the standard text-to-image workflow. First node is a load checkpoint node. This handles what model you use. Think of this as the node that uses the model to generate a certain style of image. It has three outputs: model, clip, and VAE. Two clip text encode nodes are your text prompts, one negative and one positive. You can change the color and the title of these nodes. I'm going to change one to green and rename it positive prompt, and the other to red and rename it negative prompt. You can change the name by double left-clicking the title. You can change the color by selecting the node and choosing one of the different color options. You can do this for any node. This makes it quicker to understand what each node does. Model and clip connect to the KSampler. You will see one missing input, which is your empty latent image. This controls your resolution of the image you're creating and the batch size. Batch size is how many images are created. And batch count is how many times. Think of it like batch size is eggs, and the batch count is the egg cartons. So if I change the batch size to 12 and the batch count to 2, it's like saying you have 2 cartons of 12 eggs each. Now we will go to the attributes in the KSampler. The seed is a starting value. Each number generates an image composition. Below that is how the seed changes after generation. So, if you want to generate the same composition, keep the seed value the same, or change it to random to get more variety. Steps determine how much refinement each generation takes. The rules for how many steps is based on the model and workflow. For most workflows, the starting point is 20, and it can go as high as your computer can handle. But going too high enters a plateau of quality, and sometimes could even burn the generation and just make the run take a long time with no benefit. So between 20 and 70 is pretty standard. Next is your CFG, the classifier-free guidance. It is how strongly the prompt is followed. The higher the CFG, the more literal the image is. And lower CFG gives more variability. Going too high or too low can break the image. So I would start between 5 and 9 and slowly adjust until you find a good number. The sampler is the algorithm that is used, and the scheduler is how the noise is applied to the image each step. Denoise for the text to image should be 1.0, and when using image-to-image workflows, the lower the denoise, the more it preserves the original image. The next node is the VAE Decode, which is a variational autoencoder. It's a processor that moves the image from latent image to a real image. The final node is the Save Image node. This is where the final image will be displayed and stored in your output folder. Now that we understand the workflow, let's find some models to download and place them in the correct folder. Most people use CivitAI.com for models, so that's what we will be using. But you can find more on GitHub and other sites as well. One warning is that CivitAI has not safe for work content, but you have the ability to hide the material by selecting the eyeball on the top right. Let's find a Stable Diffusion 1.5 model, as SD 1.5 is one of the most supported and customizable model families available. And we will use it for most of the early episodes until we get into complex builds. Okay, once we are on CivitAI, click Models, then select Filter, then select Checkpoint as a model type, and SD 1.5 as the base model. I'm going to use Realistic Vision for my photorealism model, and Mina Mix for my anime model. Feel free to search and download any model you want to try out and use. Click on the model, then select Download. This page has important information for image generation, such as in the details, it tells you what type of file it is. It's a checkpoint merge, which is good because I want the checkpoint. And its a base model is SD 1.5. The model creators also sometimes leave notes to use the model below. So scroll down and read the guide for each model. Now we will go to the Downloads folder and move the models into the Models folder. If you made the shortcut I showed you in episode 1, just double-click that icon and go into the Checkpoints folder. If not, go to ComfyUI Portable folder, then the ComfyUI folder, then Models, then Checkpoints. Now, drag and drop the files into your Checkpoint folder. Next, we need to restart ComfyUI so it can detect the new models. If you're using the Legacy Manager UI, you can go to the Manager page and click Restart. If you're not, just close the ComfyUI terminal completely, then launch ComfyUI again the same way you started it. The restart can take a few minutes because ComfyUI is loading and updating with the new files. Now, let's generate our first image. Back in ComfyUI, find your Load Checkpoint node and select the model you want to use from the dropdown. Now we'll write our prompts. A simple rule that makes prompts writing easier: use short phrases, not full sentences, and separate those phrases with English commas. This makes prompts easier to manage and easier to adjust later. Also, prompts should be written in English because the CLIP model is trained on English datasets. Here's a clean structure you can follow when writing prompts. Start with the subject, then add features, then the environment or background, then style, then any extra modifiers. For example, instead of writing a full sentence, you might write something like portrait photo, young woman, detailed eyes, soft lighting, city background, cinematic, high detail. For your negative prompt, you'll list the things you do not want, like blurry, low quality, bad anatomy, stuff like that. Now, let's talk about emphasis. In ComfyUI, you can give a phrase more importance by adding a weight using parentheses, like cinematic lighting, 1.3 inside parentheses. That means ComfyUI should prioritize this phrase more than normal. A good general range is about 0.5 to 1.5 because going too extreme can make things weird. And if you want a fast way to adjust these weights, you can highlight a phrase and use the Control Up arrow or Control Down arrow to push the weights up or down. One more quick tip, prompt order matters. Phrases closer to the beginning tend to have more influence than phrases near the end. Now we'll do a basic KSampler setup. I'm going to increase the steps a little bit, change the sampler, change the scheduler, and then generate one image. Once the generation finishes, your image is automatically saved. To find it, go back to your ComfyUI folder, open ComfyUI, then open the output folder. That's where all of your generated images are stored. Now let me show you how workflows work and how to load one. A workflow in ComfyUI is basically the entire node graph, and ComfyUI saves that as a JSON file. There are three main ways to load a workflow. First, you can click the ComfyUI logo in the top left, choose Load, and select a workflow JSON file. Second, you can simply drag and drop a workflow JSON file directly onto the canvas and it will load automatically. Third, if someone shares a workflow inside an image, ComfyUI can sometimes embed the workflow into the image metadata. And if that's the case, you can drag that PNG into ComfyUI and it may load the workflow from the image. Now, where do you get workflows? A lot of creators share them on places like CivitAI, GitHub, Discord servers, and community posts. If you download a workflow and it loads, but you see missing nodes or error messages, that usually means the workflow uses custom nodes you don't have installed yet. The easiest beginner way to fix that is to open ComfyUI Manager and then use the option to install missing custom nodes. Then restart ComfyUI. After that, reload the workflow, and everything should appear correctly. Finally, if you want to save your own workflow, click the ComfyUI logo and choose Save or Export, and it will save your current graph as a JSON. Now let me show you the fastest ways to add nodes. The first way is to double-click anywhere on the canvas. That brings up the node search menu. Just start typing the name of the node you want, click it, and it'll drop right onto the canvas. Second way is to right-click on the canvas. That opens the context menu, where you can navigate categories and select the node you want from the list. And here's a third method that a lot of people don't know about. You can drag a wire out from an input port, let go of it onto the canvas, and ComfyUI will automatically bring up the node search bar, already filtered to show nodes can connect to that input. This is one of the fastest ways to build workflows without hunting through menus. Now, before we wrap up, let's quickly cover the most important folder locations. Inside ComfyUI, Portable folder, go into ComfyUI, then open Models. This Models folder is where your most used and most important folders live. This is where you'll be placing files like your models and add-ons. For example, Checkpoints folder. This is where your main models go, like SD 1.5, SDXL, or Flux checkpoints. VAE folder. This is where VAE files go, which can affect color, contrast, and how the final image decodes. Your loras folder. This is where lore files go, which lets you add style, character, or specific concepts on top of your base model. Depending on what you install later, you may also see folders like ControlNet, Clip, or Embeddings, and we'll go deeper into those in dedicated episodes. For now, the goal is simple. You've built your foundation. You now understand the ComfyUI layout, what nodes are, how connections work, how a basic workflow runs, where models go, and how to generate your first image. From here, we're going to keep building up, step by step, until you're comfortable running advanced workflows and customizing everything. If this helped you, make sure to subscribe and drop a comment. If you want to cover a specific topic next, like loras, ControlNet, upscaling, or the best starter workflows, and if you want to support the channel and get my workflows, guides, and extra files, check out my Patreon. Link is in the description. All right, see you in the next one.